Hello! Hello to all! I hope you're fine and you keep healthy and you start to get vaccinated in your country and that we start to see some light after this long tunnel, as we say in Spanish. Yeah? Welcome again to a new video, and today I am in my office, as you can see, but seated in another place. And I was thinking what to give you as tip or as recommendation, as I like with these videos. And as you may know, if you live in Spain and you own a property in Spain and you are tax resident in Spain, which means that you live here permanently and you pay your income tax in Spain, now is the period where we have to present our tax declarations. Yeah? And the idea with this video is to show you a little bit how you can get the information from the website of our tax office that we normally call Hacienda in Spanish. Yeah? And so this video will give you some tips about how to get into the website and to get that online information. Because many of you are foreigners that get the help from a gestoria, from a tax advisor, from a lawyer, and which is very good, and I will keep recommending it because you always need a kind of help to understand the existing regulations, if there has been a change in the way of presenting declarations. But it's also good if you have the possibility to get access to your personal details and see the result of your declaration. So this video is very orientated to people that I call do it yourself, that they like it, as many Swedish clients that I have and they like it, and that you get used how this process is. Years ago, you couldn't do it because, well, as in many countries, but in Spain, the website of the tax office, not the whole information was digitalized, but now we can get access to our income tax declarations using some codes that I will try to give you now the tips how to use it. Okay, so I'm seated here in front of my computer. I will go into the website of Hacienda, of the tax office, and I will explain you some steps until you get access to that information. So I will just click on the website of Hacienda, which I always use the access via www.aeat.es. Here we have it, our tax office. And I will click here in English, where you already have a lot of information in English. So if you have never entered into the website of Hacienda, have a look on it. Because now, as I can see, there is information about the income tax of this year, but there is also information about the wealth tax, which some of you can be liable for and you want to see it, and even about the Brexit for the British tax resident people, British who are tax resident in Spain. So there is a very, very big website with a lot of information. Not everything is in English, but day by day there is more and more information in English. In this case, we will click into what we call renta, in English is income tax, and we go here on the left hand side to click what we call renta web, which is the draft of the tax return. And now is where you have to have some personal details with you. So in this case, we will use the NI number of a client. You will not see the number, you will not see the name, of course, trying to keep the confidentiality of this person, but just so you know how to get access. So we start with the NIE that I have here of my dear client, and it's just clicking the NI number as it is shown either in your NIE document or in your residence card. Then, wait, I will write it in English. It is, sorry, I will click it again. Then the system asks you for a support number. And the support number, you find it in the document of your NIE, here on the right-hand upper corner. This is this code. If you have the residence card, it's on the back side of the card. And this code, here you see only the number, but you have to start with a C, and then the number, and then to add a 0 until you get 9 digits. And you click on continue. Okay? Then the system will ask for your date of birth. And as I know my client, I know the date of birth. So we go to the year when this client was born. And it's here where you, here is the year, and then it's February the 3rd. And we click on continue. Okay. At that stage, the system, if it's the first time that you enter, will ask you for, give you an access reference that you will have it here in your screen. And what you have to know is to write it or make a picture, because maybe you will use that reference on the following times that you get access to this information. So keep that reference number. In this case, I have written here because I have here my notes, and so that we have it. Make sure that I have written right. Yes. And then you click on acceder, which is access. At that moment, you have been identified with different codes I have shown you, and now we can see here that the person we are looking for, in this case is a client of ours, we are in her information, in the information that the system of the tax office has on that person. And here you can see in one of the available services, it's in Spanish, but it's something that you can see very easy, like renta web, borrador, declaración, that means draft, and declaration. Okay? Then the system asks you if you want to have it in any of the official languages in Spain. You know, it's not only Spanish, it can be Catalan, Galician. So in this case, we click on Castellano, which is the language that I know more, and you continue. And then you're already in the information about your actual tax declaration. Now I am already in a page that I have already have information of my clients. But before getting to this final information, you will be asked for different aspects and circumstances, like family circumstances. If you are married or you live together with someone as an official couple, if you want to declare with him or her, in that case you need to include also his or her NI number. If you have children living with you, or if you have people depending on you that live together with you. So that question will be asked. Then they can also ask about some other questions. For example, if you have some cost to deduct, yeah. So this part, which is sometimes difficult for you if you don't understand Spanish well, just try to answer these questions as much as you can, yeah. And it is very important that you check the information that the system is giving you, because the system will give you information about your incomes, about the cost that you can deduct. So imagine that you have work for different companies, or you have work or obtain pensions from different institutions. Yeah? So that information I recommend you to check with the information you have and see if the information that the tax office has is correct or not. And also imagine that you give money to charity that is tax deductible, or any other, or you pay a mortgage that can also be deductible. So all that information is obtained by the tax office, but think in your case that you are a foreign person and there is part of the information that is missed by the tax office. So it's very important that you correct or you confirm the information that the tax office has, or include the ones that is new for the system that you have. Okay? So then another important aspect is that you can do all this if you have presented a tax declaration in previous years. So you need to have a copy of your previous tax declaration, income tax declaration, because at one stage of the process, they will ask you for the information that you have in one part of the previous declaration, which is the point, if I am right, 505, yeah? That, well, it's the total gross incomes in the previous tax declaration. So you need to click that information. This is just that the system wants to secure that you are the right person doing all these steps, yeah? And then, as I say, you have to confirm, you have to, well, inform the system family circumstances. I recommend you to check well the figures that are shown regarding incomes, regarding costs that are deductible. And finally, you end up in a page where is a summary of all that information. And from here, the system will give you the result. And the result can be positive or negative. But in case of the system, positive is positive for the tax office, because if the result is positive, means that you need to pay that amount shown. But if the result is negative, in that case it's positive for you, because it means that you can have a refund from the tax office because you have paid more taxes than you should pay in your tax declaration. In that case, you need to inform your bank details, your IBAN, and then once you have all the information, you click on Presentar declaración, which means that you are presenting the declaration. And as you see here, and then it's just click and continue until you can present the declaration in your name. And this is the video that I wanted to show.
The dates.
Yes, I don't want to forget one important point. I talked that now we are in the period where we have to present the declarations. We start from beginning of April and you have until the end of June. Okay, this is the period where you need to submit the tax declaration. In case that you have questions or you want help and you want to do by yourself, you can also check the possibility to get an appointment at the tax office. You can get it online and then it can be at the tax office or by telephone. Due to the COVID, I know that the tax office wants that most of the appointments will be by telephone. And then they will help you to continue if you have questions or if you have doubts about the figures. So that's also a recommendation that I can give you, that it works very well. I'm not sure if the information is provided in English, but try, and maybe we get a good surprise that you get information and the help in English. And if you cannot get the information in English and if you don't feel confident, don't forget that there are very good tax advisors, there are very good historians and law firms that can help you with this tax declaration. Good, so I hope the information is practical and you can make a good use of it. And as I always say, keep healthy, and of course any comment, anything that you need, please feel free to ask or comment either in the YouTube channel or in any of the social media we have. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.